I didn't do that right. Hold on, let's try this again. Good morning, America! Another day, another dollar. Or another day, another 75 cents once Uncle Sam's done with you. Or maybe you're not even working. Heading to work myself. But I know what it's like not to be able to work. I know what it's like not to have a job. I know what it's like to want to work and you can't get a job. I remember 2008, 2009, even a little bit of 2010 was hell. But the point is that as Americans, we struggled a lot, but we overcome. I think that's kind of part of our history and kind of what it means to be an American, is that we struggle to overcome. And we do a lot of it. Now, I really hate talking about politics. Politics is not really it's not really part of my palate as far as who I am as a person. As a matter of fact, I've never been really very political. I started to voice my political concerns near the end of Obama's tenure, and I will say that I find myself perplexed. I loved Obama for his first term. His second term made me a little uneasy. But whether I agreed or disagreed with the man, he represented our country and he represented himself decently. And it's okay to disagree with someone's policies or someone's ideology or directive or administration. And that's normal. That's absolutely 100% normal to disagree about something. And with Obama, I loved the guy, and to this day, I think he was a great president. I really do. I think he did his best. And there are a lot of people out there who, because they believe in propaganda and they listen to all the lies that the right says, people like Hannity and Mark Levin and Rush Limbaugh's, they believe the propaganda, and that's very unsettling, because when people talk about, especially pro-Trumpers, when they talk about Obama, they say some of the craziest shit that never even happened, but they nevertheless believe it. So what I'm trying to say is, I had my disagreements with some of Obama's policies, and I won't go into alphabetical order, I should say. But I will say that I had some fears about Obama near the end of his second tenure. And with Trump, I'm just going to be honest. His policies are horrendous. They're inexplicable. I can't even find the words. It's just insane. His policies, his agenda, everything about Donald Trump's actual actions as president is just, I'm sorry, I hate to use the word, retarded. And, it's one after another, after another, after another. It's one thing after another, after another. It's just Donald Trump doing this, Donald Trump doing that, and it's all just pure, utter stupidity. This whole Make America Great Again, I want to see America be great. See, I hate that part, because America, for me, never stopped being great. I don't know why anybody would support a slogan, Make America Great Again, because America never really stopped being great. Yeah, we struggled. You know what? We struggled a lot. We struggled tremendously. But America never stopped being great. It only stopped being great when Trump started saying, let's make it great again, because then it's a lie. But the thing about Trump, and the number one thing that I have a problem with Trump about, is his character, his persona, his moralities, his indecencies, his demeanor. He exudes criminality, he exudes stupidity, he exudes inability. ineptitude. He just exudes all this stuff as a person. It's not like with Obama, you had an intelligent individual. With Obama, you had someone who didn't shame his nation. Of course, other people say he did, but he didn't. And that said, it's a far cry from what Donald Trump has been doing, which is complete insanity. I'm not off the rails. I'm not having a mental disorder. I watch, I listen, I hear Donald Trump. I watch Donald Trump. I see him for the person he is. And the way he represents himself, the way he carries himself, the things he says, his actions, his overall demeanor and character exudes that something's wrong. It tells me that something's wrong with this individual. When he's constantly trying to get a pat on the back, when he's trying to take credit for things, when he just goes on and this whole fake news thing. You know, it's only fake news when it's negative about him. It's just crazy. And the whole thing is just absolutely, positively insane. I'll keep saying that as long as I live. Donald Trump is a fruitcake. An utter fruitcake. Now, like I said, I didn't always agree with Obama. I didn't always like Obama. There were things about Obama I did not like. There were things about his actions and his words that I did not like. But never once did he exude or show me that he was incapable of holding office. Never once did Obama come across to me as someone that was stupid and insane and dumb and dangerous. I'm just saying. I disagreed with some of the things he said. But other than that, I never had a day when I woke up and said, God, I really hate Obama. He's a retard. He's dumb. He's stupid. No, I never said that about Obama. But by God, every day, Donald Trump does or says something that just tells me, this guy's a, excuse my language again, I'm sorry, I hate to use this word, Donald Trump is a fucking retard. He says, I understand Robert De Niro wanting to punch him in the face. I understand that 100%. Oh my God. How can you not? I mean, when Robert De Niro said, I just want to punch him right in the face, I'm like, yeah. Because nothing he does makes sense. And it's not that I'm incapable of understanding Trump, because Trump is so smart. He knows what he's doing. No, he doesn't. It's like he rolls his dice, and he just, what am I going to do today? Let's see. I'll make fun of somebody. I'll do something stupid. I'll say something dumb. Because that's all he seems capable of doing. And every day that I watch and listen to anything that he says, even going back to his campaign, I mean, how can you be an American and sit there and support this fucking moron? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I understand that people were proud to have elected him. Some people. But there are so many people I know who voted for him that when I ask them today, how's Donald Trump doing? Don't even talk to me about him. Oh my God. Oh, I can't handle him. I wish I never voted for him. I should have voted for Bernie Sanders. I should have voted, and they don't like Hillary, so they're not going to say I should have voted for Hillary. But they literally say, I wish I voted for somebody else. I wish I never even went to the booth that day. I actually talked to someone who's a very, very hardcore Republican, an extreme conservative, who in the beginning was just Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Donald Trump's going to do this. Donald Trump's going to do that. He's great. He's wonderful. He's awesome. And I just bumped into him a week ago at Walmart. And I just happened to say, so what do you think of Donald Trump now? And he literally, he just looked at me in the face, and this is his exact words. Don't ask me about Donald Trump. He says, that was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. And I said, I'm sorry. And he goes, I am too. He says, I wish I never voted for him. He says, I feel like a stupid son of a bitch for voting for him. And I sat there, and I felt like saying something like, it's okay, buddy. But I'm like, well, I said, you put him there. I'm sorry. I couldn't miss a chance to poke fun at someone who's regretting voting for Donald Trump. And I applaud people out there who are literally coming out of the closet, kind of in a way, in a shape of form, coming out of the closet and saying, I wish I'd never clicked on his name. I wish I never put a check mark next to his name. I wish I never went into that voting booth and voted for him. I applaud those people because they're taking responsibility. And that's far more than what Donald Trump's done. Donald Trump doesn't take responsibility for anything. And he never has in his entire life. He's escaped having to take responsibility by using his wealth to escape responsibility. He's never had a consequence to his actions because for Donald Trump, there are no consequences for his actions. His life has been, basically, a consequence-free life. A life of privilege and wealth. And whenever he gets in trouble or gets caught with his pants down, he pays his way out. Bribes, lies, cheats, whatever he has to do. To Donald Trump, he doesn't want his name tainted. He doesn't want it stained. He doesn't want anything but to remain this pristine, just this label of greatness, this heirloom quality last name, Trump. Trump stands for this. It's Trump. Well, now the Trump name's starting to stand for treason. It's starting to stand for authoritarian. It's starting to stand for stupidity, totalitarians. It's starting to, the Trump name starting to really become synonymous with stupidity and ignorance and racism and hate. And I think that's what Donald Trump fears the most. I don't think he really fears Mueller as much as he fears losing his legacy. And I think that's what he fights the most for. I think that's what he's doing all this for, is to try to save his name. To try to save his daughter's name, his 2 sons' name, his 3 sons' name. He's trying to save the Trump name. I don't think he's trying to save himself as much as he's trying to save his businesses and his corporations and his lifestyle. So, as an American, I'm frustrated because I see a man that disgusts me as an individual, not as a president. I'm not talking about him being a president. I'm not talking about him holding a seat of power in this country. I'm talking about him as a person, as an individual. And Donald Trump is a piece of shit. And his persona, character, mannerisms, words, everything about him as an individual tells me what kind of person he is on the inside. And someone like that, holding the seat of President of the United States of America, should incite fear and worry in every single American. And I'm not being, I'm not being paranoid. I'm not being anything but cautious and concerned and worried for my country. And I think every American should be, but that's just the problem. Not every American is worried about their country. They're worried about why Donald Trump has a bad name, why people are poking at him and making fun of him and writing these bad stories and saying all these things about him, and people are defending him, and there's nothing there to defend. We can go back before he ran for president. We can go back 20 years and watch the timeline of Donald Trump all the way up to when he ran his campaign, and we can see what kind of man he is. We can see what kind of person he is. We can see how much of a derelict, dysfunctional fuck face Donald Trump is. And I'm sorry I'm using curse words today. I can't help it, but I just want you to know, as an American, if you support Donald Trump, you've lost all credibility to me as a person, because you're supporting someone who's just a fucking fucktard. And I don't understand why you can support that, or how, or for what reason. And hey, more power to you if you think there's, some divine power at work here that made him president. The only thing it did was solidify good, intelligent, hardworking Americans against people who think that this retard, excuse my language again, I hate to use that word, but I'm using retard today, I'm sorry. And that's the division, because we all see him for what he is and you don't.